All right, he's one of the top prospects in the National Football League draft, certainly at the position that he plays, which is the back end of a defense. This man brings the noise and all from the Georgia Bulldogs secondary, now coming your way to the National Football League draft. Malaki Starks here on the Rich Eisen Show.
Yeah.
Good to see you, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you?
10 days before the draft. What's going on with you?
Trying to pack up the house, honestly. Enjoy the moment with my family, and just kind of be grateful for the whole opportunity.
You must be like ready for this to be over, right?
Well, yes and no. You only go through it once, so I'm trying to enjoy it. But I'm ready to figure out, where I'm gonna be, and I'm ready to get to work.
So where are you? You're done with visits, right? Visits are all done. Finished with that?
Yes, sir. I still got some meetings here and there, but everything's pretty much wrapped up.
So the meetings are what, virtual, Zooming, that sort of
Yes,
thing?
sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
How many teams have you connected with, do you think, out of the 32?
32 between the combine and the virtual visits, and some 30s as well. About every team.
About every team. What's the one aspect of these interviews and connections that has a through line? What's the one thing you've been asked that every single team seems to be interested in with you, Malaki?
Where I see myself playing, just because I am so versatile and I play so many positions at the University of Georgia, a lot of teams, they like that about me, but they also just want to know, where I see myself at the next level as well.
So where do you see yourself playing in the NFL?
I think I play anywhere. I think I fit anywhere. I think I'm a safety, but I'm able to move around. I can play, I can play nickel. I can play corner if I needed to. But I'm able to move around, and I think that just speaks a lot to, the tape that I put on at Georgia.
All right, very good. I appreciate that answer, where you're not pegging yourself into one spot, but also highlighting your versatility, which is a unique thing for you to be highlighting. Where do you like to play?
Anywhere. Honestly, at the end of the day, I just like playing ball. And I think I fell in love with all the positions through my time at the University of Georgia, just having to move around and be able to communicate and be in different spots. And I think I just fell in love with, all those positions. So I love playing anywhere.
Okay. And Philadelphia kind of likes Georgia Bulldogs, right?
I heard.
Okay. How was your meeting with them?
It was good. It was real good. Like you said, a bunch of the guys up there. So I got to talk to them and, just kind of get a feel for them, but, as well as all the other teams as well.
So who did you meet with Howie Roseman? Did you connect with him?
Yes, sir. I met with the whole staff, basically. I met everyone from Howie Roseman to the janitor. So it was really cool and a good opportunity for me just to, kind of walk through the building and just be able to shake hands and, meet new people as well and all the other visits.
The irony of Howie Roseman being interested in all these Georgia Bulldogs. You're aware of where he went to school, though, right, Malaki?
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir.
Isn't it interesting that a Gator likes so many Bulldogs, Malaki? Isn't that interesting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't want to get you in any trouble here. Who did you vibe with? Are you willing to share that? Who you're like, okay, I could play for that guy or that team or that place?
Yeah, really, it might sound like a cliche answer or whatever, but really everyone. Like I said, I really got a good opportunity just to like really sit down with people and talk, whether it was through Zoom or on a visit. But just really figure out, the people in the building and how they run the organization. And, each team is a little different, but I think I connected with a lot of people on different levels, in different organizations.
Okay. So who from your tenure of playing at Georgia that has gone on to the NFL do you reach out to as somebody to connect with about this process or about the draft or about anything, Malaki?
Yeah, I think Chris Smith is huge. He was like my mentor when I first got to Georgia, but also it's like a group of us. So Taki Smith, Javon Bullard, and Kamari Lassiter, because they went through it last year. So just reaching out to those guys and, asking for advice and just seeing, how their process went last year and trying to stay level-headed through mine.
All right. How about Nakobe Dean? How about him?
Yeah, so I talked to Nicobe a few times. Not a lot, but a few times, just reaching out to him just because of, the type of guy that he is and, his character and his leadership. It's always good to learn from him.
Plus, he can tell you're a good real estate agent in Philadelphia, right, Malaki? He can tell you about that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I keep hammering on that, too. Although I am seeing a lot of you to the Ravens. I'm seeing a lot of that in mock drafts.
Yes, sir.
How was your chit-chat with them?
It was good. It was real good. They love ball and I love ball, so I'm blessed.
All right, so then let's not mention teams in specific. What's the weirdest question you were asked throughout this entire process?
Um, somebody asked me how I would describe the color purple to a blind person.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
How would you describe the color purple to a blind person? That's how, and how did you respond to that question?
I didn't really know it. It really threw me off. So I was like, blind people that have their other senses are heightened. So like if you feel the color, I guess it's like a dark feeling color. Very dark, like neutral, heavy. Um, it
Okay.
made sense in the moment, but I didn't really know the answer. I didn't know what to say, so it just kind of happened.
I don't understand it. Like, you know what? Here's here's my film, coach, or whoever asked you that question. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how that would, what the
Yeah,
right answer is, and go, okay, now all my doubts about Malachi Starks and what I saw on film are gone. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it, man.
yeah.
That's kind of weird. But you made it through. Congratulations on all of that.
Thank
What was your favorite moment in your tenure in Georgia that's now officially about to come to a close in 10 days, Malachi?
you. I think the Friday walks that we had, because they were just, those Friday walks were like more intense than the practices that we had. But just kind of looking back, before the walk, we all like kind of, as a group, as a DB group, we all just kind of sat with each other and just talked, fooled around or whatever. But just looking back and just being with all those guys and all those moments that I had over my 3 years, just kind of leading up until my last one. I didn't realize how special it was until the last one. So just that's probably the biggest one for sure.
Well, I mean, I thought it would be a national championship night here
I thought that in there too.
here in Los Angeles. I mean, I was there that night, man. Again, I went to the University of Michigan. I thought we'd be playing each other. I thought we might
Right.
get a shot at some Orange Bowl previous year revenge. Um, I imagine you were expecting to play them too, right? Pretty
Yes,
much,
sir.
you know. But well, listen, that's the one thing at least Michigan and Georgia had in common that year was beating Ohio State. So at least we had that in common. Yeah, I'll throw some shrapnel in that direction. I shouldn't drag you into my problems. What is a team going to get if they draft Malachi Starks?
Ball player. I like to compete. At the end of the day, that's what I've done my whole life. That's what I'm used to. That's what I know how to do. I compete at a high level. But also, you get a leader too. I was voted a captain this last year, and just how I handle myself on the field, but off the field as well. And just realizing as my years of becoming a leader, just bringing guys with me. Coming from a program like the University of Georgia, I know what it takes to win. Yes, I haven't been in the league yet, but I understand the discipline that it takes to win games, and I understand the sacrifice as well. So I think you get all that.
And as you leave the college world behind, Malachi Starks, not to drag you into the national conversation, but I'll do it here. We're talking today about Tennessee's quarterback no longer being the Tennessee quarterback because he was seemingly holding out for $1.5 million more in NIL, and Tennessee moving on from him. And I'm wondering what do you as a player think of the current world with the portal and NIL and the conversation around somebody handling business like that?
Yeah. For me, I think NIL it's a great thing if you use it the right way. I think it's great, but just don't abuse it. And I think at the end of the day, you keep the main thing. And that's to go to college, get developed, have an opportunity to get to the league. Build those relationships, play a lot of football games, win a lot of football games. And you keep that in the front of everything, and the rest will take care of itself. Because the money in college it hasn't always been there, so it shouldn't be the main thing that you keep in front of everybody else, especially when you have a team. It's hard to have a team this time how college football is because guys are up and moving and every year is a new team, so it's hard to build that camaraderie and that connection with the team. So I think just keeping the main thing, and just building from that. I think that's how it should be, and that's how it should stay.
Well, what do you say to somebody who responds that the players have too much power now because of that? What do you say there?
Um, I think it's difficult. I think you got to realize, the guys that you're giving it to. You gotta realize how to budget, what you're giving, and but also you just gotta operate in a right way. I mean, if college football is becoming a business, you have to move in a business like, but also just take care of your business. And like I said earlier, just keeping the main thing, which is getting developed and winning a lot of ball games with your brothers.
Do you think it's helped you prepare you for the next level about the business that's coming right now
Without
for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Before I let you go, your draft night plan for next Thursday is what?
So I'm gonna be in Green Bay. So
You will.
me, my mom, my dad, and my fiance, we're all gonna be in Green Bay. So it's once in a lifetime opportunity.
So you +3 in Green Bay in the green room?
Yes, sir.
That's what it is. And what are your expectations of that night right now?
To be honest with you, I don't think I have any. I just want to enjoy it. Like I said, you only go through it once. I know where I stand at as a player. I know where I stand at as a leader, and I'll be blessed to land on any team, and the team that picks me is gonna be the right fit for me, and I'm ready to get to work.
Well, if you are a Raven, I know exactly what that's going to sound like on NFL Network as I'm hosting, that you will be able to know exactly what the color purple is and how to explain it to anybody on planet Earth. So I will know that. What a question, man. Hey, congrats on everything that's about to happen for you, Malaki. And I look forward to following you and having you back on when you're ready with a new team.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
You bet. That's Malaki Starks, a national champion, one of the best in college football, moving on to the next level right here on The Rich Eisen Show. Catch The Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.